2 years ago, there were big anti-government protests in Istanbul in Taksim Square. I had a pot that size with 2 handles, and I was like basically wearing it as a helmet, you know, against the police. I also made a strap for it, you know. My name is Emir. I'm the owner of Soy. We make professional cookware from copper and silver entirely by hand. Copper and silver are the most conductive metals in the universe. I mean, they conduct heat tremendously fast. You open the fire, the pan gets hot. You turn down the fire, the pan cools down immediately. So you have complete control over the heat and the temperature inside the pan. One of the cheapest products for professional use is like the single serving Turkish coffee pot. This would be like $75 depending on the inside plating. Regular frying pan would go for like $260. It's a beautiful product. Whatever. It's my baby. Then we have some more expensive products here, like the fish kettle. This one would fare, for example, for around like $1,000 in retail. We can do any of these products in solid silver, 1,000 carat solid silver. And the biggest fish kettle we have in our catalog, if ordered in silver, would retail for around like $13,000 by today's silver prices. So we start from 75 until 13,000. My normal day, I wake up in the Asian side where I live, and then I take the ferry and I commute to the European side where I work. Our workshop is tucked in like the back alleys of the Grand Bazaar. So now we're entering the Grand Bazaar, where my workshop is. This is the gate number 1. There are 37 gates in total. So yeah, we are inside the largest covered market in the world, built by the Ottoman Empire. The bazaar is old, it's like 16th century, but there is a 6th century bazaar inside this very bazaar. I love my commute. I love walking like below these arches. So much history in here. There are more than like 4,000 shops. You can buy anything in a Grand Bazaar. The pride of Turkey's handcraft, jewelry, gold, very high-end stuff. They say that the Grand Bazaar has much more gold than the Turkish National Treasury, which is number 7 in the world, by the way. But you can also find a lot of stuff crap made in China and lots of imitation antiques. Look at the dinner. It's good between 10 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. After that, it's not as good. We call it like the right of the eye. So there you are.
Bu. Evet. Görüşürüz Emir Bey. Bekliyorum.
Tastes heavenly. It tastes sublime. I don't want to name the place because it's very local. It's where the workers of the Grand Bazaar eat. And I don't want it to be invaded by tourists. We just left the covered part of the Grand Bazaar. We're still in the Grand Bazaar though. It's a real maze. I got lost maybe a million times. But now, like, I know it like the back of my hand. We're approaching my workshop. This is the place where my babies are born. This is the place where me and my passion copulate and release them to the world. Come with me. Can you hear the hammer? Esat Ustacığım, kolay gelsin. Üstümü değişip yardıma geliyorum. The first thing we do in a typical workday is we go and source raw material from our copper supplier. It's the highest quality copper you can get in the world. 999 carats. This sheet is gonna give us around like between 24 to 28 shallow pots. So that's my name in the Grand Bazaar, Emir Usta. Oh, how can you translate Usta? Usta would be like a master craftsman. Normally, you get that name in 20, 30 years because the actual product I did was finished right away. In 3 years, I gained that name.
So you're the master?
They say so. We're gonna start cutting the sheet. Can you see the thickness of the copper? This weighs around 3 kilos. Tiens, prends ça, apporte-les sur la machine. D'accord, on va arriver bientôt. That was French.
How many languages do you speak?
8. I speak 8 languages because I'm the son of 2 diplomats and I lived in 10 different countries.
And that must help when you talk to your clients as well.
Yes, well, I guess they're more interested in the price than what languages I speak. Right now, I think in English we call this a rounding shear. we're transforming the squares we've just cut into roundels. This is like the final stage of the raw material before it comes to us. If our clients knew how much hardship goes into the making of each and every pot. He lost his finger long ago.
Yeah.
On a shear like that one.
Ya buradaki her şey çok tehlikeli.
Everything here is kind of dangerous. Today I got a couple of deliveries to make in Istanbul itself. The first is gonna be my good friend and famous chef Genca Uchok. He's been waiting for the fish kettle he's gonna get today for like more than a month and a half. We kind of do all the running trade with those black bags. Yeah, I mean, it's not very classy, but who knows what lies inside, you know? There might be trash, there might be a silver frying pan worth like 5,000 US dollars, who knows? Right now we're on the Galata Bridge, the bridge connecting the two parts of the European side. We're heading through the 19th century part of the city, and behind us there is like the 15th century part of the city. And this bridge is very famous. You can see the fishermen on it day and night. Right now it's the season of the fish called lufer. It's a kind of bluefish, very carnivorous bluefish. The only way to get it is with a line, because it lives alone. It doesn't like get caught in nets. Gourmets say it's the best tasting fish in the world as we know it. It tastes naturally like butter. You enjoy? Hey, how are you? How are you doing?
Great to see you.
Mwah. Mwah. The
All
pleasure
right.
is mine. Well, I got something for you.
Yeah.
It's finally there after a month.
You couldn't have come with a better present, man.
So now you have your own fish kettle.
Thank you, man. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, man. I love seeing my pans in action.
Okay, we're going to make a monkfish dish. There goes our shallots. It smells good because of the good butter in here. Butter in the kitchen is equal to marijuana, yeah? But there's something even way better, which would be the heroin of the kitchen, and it's the clotted cream. You know that it's gonna kill you, but you love it anyway. Red wine. Cooking in one of Emir's pans, first of all, saves you a lot of time. Secondly, it gives you a great advantage because you can expose the entire fire immediately to the fish and the vegetables, and without the fish losing its juices. And of course, it's cool. It's just cool to use these pans, you know. The monkfish we'll be using for this dish comes from the Black Sea, which is probably the best place to get monkfish in the world. And some celery leaves. All right. There you are.
Oh Allah. Okay.
Animal.
Yesterday, I got a very hasty call from my distributor, Vadim Granovsky. He's got a client who wants a silver frying pan, and he wants it like now. So we're gonna try to make it in a few hours, and I'm giving him priority because he came all the way to Istanbul. So this is 999 karat silver. This is pure silver. We're gonna cast it into an ingot, and then we're gonna roll it into a sheet to make the frying pan. The important thing is that we don't mix it with 925 sterling silver, so it remains pure. So we have to use a pot that's only used for pure silver. There is a lot of very skilled craftsmen in the Grand Bazaar and around the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, the best of Turkey and the ex-Ottoman Empire. But you have to get off the beaten path, like get off the touristic path and come and see those places. It's like from another world. Right now our crucible is close to melting point. You can see it changes color. Pure silver melts at 948 degrees. So cookware that you're gonna get from silver basically is never gonna melt on your stovetop. Silver is thermally the most conductive metal in the universe. It's gonna cool right away. We're gonna be able to hold it with our hands. There goes our silver. Now what we're gonna do next is that we're gonna go to the cylinder, we're gonna roll it to have the sheet to make the frying pan. In once, and twice. I have to oversee the whole process, especially when working with silver. Some of my clients are Arab royals, you know, they're buying like silver cookware sets for their yachts. It costs them like more than hundreds of thousands of dollars to equip their yacht. And they don't want a flaw, they don't want anything. We're getting there. It was silver dust a few minutes ago. Now you see what it's becoming. That's beautiful. It's getting really hot, by the way, from the compression. Oh, by the way, very important detail. The wheels of the rolling pin have to be mirror finish. So the product we get is flawless. If there are scars in the wheels, the product is going to be also scarred, and the frying pan is going to be scarred. That's going to be our baby, our 24-centimeter frying pan. We really take pride in what we do, and the workers come from different backgrounds. Mohammed is my friend from Syria. I would call him the Cristiano Ronaldo of copper and silver. No one is better. He's 27 years old. He is the best in the world. There's nothing he cannot do.
Emir, where's the guy that's supposed to be?
The fucker's having lunch. Oh, here is he. The polisher comes from a polishing background, but he was doing like faucets and doorknobs. And we had to convert him to do like pots and handles, which are way more challenging to do and more dangerous to polish. Now we're gonna spin the frying pan into the shape of a frying pan. Very important and physically very straining step. I mean, you've seen how thick the silver is. Now we're gonna like make it stick the mold with complete human force. The Romans and the ancient Egyptians were also using it. Same techniques, nothing changed. When you're strapped in using the machine, your whole weight is focused on the center. It's a very important thing to be strapped in. That's money flying there. Since we rely entirely on human force and human effort to make it, the workers are very hard to find first and to train later, because there's no one else in the world, as I know, that makes these entirely by hand. Whoa, çocuğa bak. Look at the kid, as we say in Turkish. Look at the child. So beautiful. With pure human force, we've folded this thick sheet of silver into the shape of the perfect frying pan. Right now, we're gonna hammer the sides, give it more hardness for durability, and we're gonna like put in the handle. Most of our competitors, all our competitors, have machine riveting process. Like a press will fit the rivet into place. We don't do that. I love the texture of the hand riveted rivet. It's a very special thing. You know, it looks like small diamonds. Okay, I'm taking my first glance at the finished product. Here it is, very expensive and durable piece of cookware. The best piece of cookware I've ever known. We have distributors in 17 different countries, and they buy stock from me and they market it and they sell it in their own countries and regions. Salim is my professional distributor in Turkey.
To pitch Emir's products, we don't have to do a lot. We just have to lay it on the table, and the product speaks for itself, basically.
And do you have any yourself?
I have, actually I started by buying one for my wife as a gift. I tried to cook an omelette with it, and it's stuck all over the place. And then I called Emir, and oh my God, is this not supposed to be the best pan on the market? And he said, okay, you're doing it wrong. You know, you're not used to this pan.
It's like the Ferrari of the pan. If you don't have like advanced driving experience, you can hit the wall.
Yeah.
You know.
So I didn't have the experience, so I had to learn from Emir how to cook an omelette all over. But now I cook very delicious omelettes.
Oh, the clients they're selling to are Or like everyone, housewives, royal families, national celebrities, young amateurs, Michelin-starred professionals, like everyone. One of the countries we deal with is Iran. The ladies in Iran are crazy about my product, but it's very hard to ship there because Turkey and Iran don't trade officially. Every time I go to Iran, I see my pots and pans everywhere. So how do they do it? I don't know, I don't care. I deliver to an address in Turkey, to a Turkish client. They have a company in Turkey, and they take care of the rest.
So they're essentially smuggling it into Iran.
I'm not gonna say they smuggle it, but I mean, evidence leads to think that they smuggle it. I got another delivery. I gotta deliver that silver frying pan to my distributor, Vadim Granovski. We're at Kronotrop, the most praised and famous coffee shop of Istanbul, specialty coffee shop of Istanbul. The guy, he brought specialty coffee to Turkey. How you doing?
Good to see you.
There it goes.
Nice. Beautiful.
2.1 kilos of pure silver, 999 carats. This is the pride and joy of soy.
You're gonna make one more client happy. They're eager to see it.
This frying pan is the best frying pan in the universe.
The products he produces, amazing really, there's so much craft and skill. It's an artisan product which requires full dedication, and it's, I admire it. Many friends call him walking Wikipedia on legs. He knows a lot. Once people buy one of these items, they just can't stop. They want to upgrade the collection, so every couple of months they actually buy another one. People love quality, but very few can actually afford it.
What is the retail price of that pan?
This particular pan, close to $6,000.
Everything about this pan is like perfect. It conducts heat better than copper, 17% better than copper. I mean, the only drawback is that it's expensive, and some of our clients, like his client, I guess they like that. I want to get much bigger in silver. I think it's the future of cookware. I feel that I have something that I can leave behind and I can somewhat be proud of it. You know, have you watched Animaniacs? When you were kids, there were these two mice that wanted to conquer the world from their cage in a lab. Yeah, exactly. So this is gonna be my signature when I leave the world. They told me that a world without soy would be more boring, if not anything. So I would want to make the world a more fun place for more people.